Hey, I really hate making this video because I have to defend a politician, and I hate defending politicians because they're goofballs. I don't care if you're right or you're left, you're liberal, you're conservative. I'm right down the middle, man. In fact, this election, I just might vote third party just as a protest vote. But this isn't about politics. This is about defending somebody I don't really want to defend, but I have to if I want to be honest. Now, if you stick around at the end of the video, I have a whole montage of politicians saying really stupid things about guns. And when they say stupid things, we should ridicule them. We should make fun of them. And these have no idea what they're talking about. But today at work, somebody walked up to me and they said, "Hey, did you see the Tim Walz with his rifle? He doesn't even know how to use a shotgun, blah, blah, blah." This is somebody who's probably never held a shotgun telling me this. And it got me to thinking is how many people don't understand what that video is all about. Now, I get it. It's fun. Let's make fun of the guy, you know. But I didn't see anybody else make a video like this one is because anybody who is a gun person who handles shotguns and is familiar with the Beretta, I believe it was the A400, you know that it's not the easiest gun to unload. And fumbling around with it, I mean, I've been around shotguns my whole life, and I would fumble around with it. In fact, this is a Beretta 1301. It's a semi-auto, exactly like the one that Tim Walz has. His was made for hunting. This is made for self-defense. But we'll talk about that. So for those of you who don't know the nomenclature, and just a little side note here, I put all my live ammo in a safe when I do that, and I have a bunch of these dummy rounds, dummies, 12 gauge. So let's talk about the pump, right? That's that sound everybody says. In real life, if you do that sound and you got a crackhead or a bunch of thugs busting into your house, it's not going to do anything. They're still going to come at you. So, and if you're doing this, when they get near you, you waited too long and you probably screwed up. So the way this works is basically you load the tube, and the tube on a shotgun is called a magazine. So you load the magazine, and just like you saw in the movies, you load that, boom, you know, why is that not ejecting? Shoot the next one. Shoot the next one, and then you go, right? That's easy. These types of pump shotguns, also easy to unload. And the way you can unload them is, instead of fiddling around here, you just hold this little button here, and you just go ahead and you just unload all your rounds there. Easy pleasy. Pleasy, easy, easy. No problem, right? We're all familiar with the pump. Now, to the famous Joe Biden defense way to do it is, he says you go ahead, you load your double barrel, and then you shoot it in the air. Boom, boom, right? Yeah, you just committed a felony. You didn't look where your bullets are going. You fired in a dwelling in an occupied area, probably a populated area. And not only that, but you just used up your 2 rounds you had in your gun. So if you do have a bunch of people rushing in, you're almost defenseless unless you're really, really good at reloading 2 more rounds, which if you do get really good at that, maybe you got a chance. I don't know. But that's how a double barrel. And again, real easy to unload it. And by the way, if you do own shotguns, I highly recommend get a bunch of dummy rounds and do a lot of practicing, because you'll get some good skills, and it's just always good to stay on top of that. Now, he had an A400. I believe it was an A400. It's a semi-auto, 12-gauge shotgun Beretta. This is a Beretta 1301, 12-gauge semi-auto shotgun. Let me take the strap off because we don't really need that on right now. Intermission, intermission. There we go. All right, now these work a little bit different because they're semi-automatic. So when you and remember, I mess with this thing a million times. So yeah, actually I do want to show you how you load this. So I can drop around into the chamber here, right? And then you push. Now this is an important thing to pay attention to. You push this button, and it brings the action home, and then you can continue to load your next couple of rounds, right? And the idea is, you know, you got your round in there, you shoot it, you hear it go forward, it ejects it. That would do all that automatically, and it would load the next round. Boom, ejects that, right? Now, what if I want to unload this? And this is what Tim Walz was apparently doing, was unloading his semi-auto shotgun. They're not easy to unload, right? So first of all, let me, and it even takes me a second to remember how you do this. Okay, so if I want to unload this, I have to pull back this tab here, right? Actually put one, all right? So I gotta pull this tab back. See, it's not even, and I do this a million times. I still, oh yeah, here. Press this little button here. Oh, see, it did both of these shells. So yeah, as you can see, I'm even fumbling around with this. And yeah, I love it. All right, so you pull this tab up here, and it lets the shell out. And then you gotta take that shell out. The next shell is coming. Sometimes the other one comes, sometimes it doesn't. If it doesn't, you have to pull up here again. All right, so we're empty. But say I had a full chambered, which I believe you can only have 3 rounds when you're hunting game. But I push down on here, and I'll just show you. I gotta pull this up. It lets the one round out. All right, here comes the other round, right? But I still got another round in there, so I gotta push that down again, pull this up, pull that round. I think I actually still have one in the chamber. Yeah, so I think that's clear. So as you can see, a semi-auto shotgun is not as straightforward and as simple as your double barrel or your pump shotgun. So all these people going, oh, look at him, he doesn't know how to use his gun. That's either come from people who've never shot a semi-auto or only have owned a double barrel or a pump. Again, I don't want to defend the guy. I don't want to defend any kind of politician because they're all dirt. But I have to be honest. Him fumbling around, but I believe he had it like this in front of, which is actually the right way to hold it, and he's unloading it that way, and it looks like he's fumbling. It's just, it's a complicated weapon to unload, and that's really all it is. But stick around, and here's some clips of really, really stupid things. Now, these are the dumb things that politicians said about weapons or guns. Here, give it a watch.
Large capacity ammunition feeding devices, those that hold over 10 rounds. We have federal regulations and state laws that prohibit hunting ducks with more than 3 rounds, and yet it's legal to hunt humans with 15-round, 30-round, even 150-round magazines.
But you know, semi-automatic weapons are not just about gun control. This is about national security. You know that these weapons can shoot down airplanes. They can blow up railroads. This is really a homeland security.
Said, Jill, if there's ever a problem, just walk out on the balcony here, or walk out, put that double-barrel shotgun and fire 2 blasts outside the house. I promise you, who's ever coming in is not going to, you don't need an AR-15. It's harder to aim, it's harder to use, and in fact, you don't need 30 rounds to protect yourself. Buy a shotgun.
But some of these bullets, as you saw, have an incendiary device on the tip of it, which is a heat-seeking device. So you don't shoot deer with a bullet that size. If you do, you could cook it at the same time.
Even an unloaded gun is still dangerous.
There's been a lot of people that have been shot by an unloaded gun.
Well, if it can fire a lot of bullets very quickly, that's a good place to start, okay?
And
then you
would
can
say,
argue what a lot is. Okay, let's pick it. Let's say 3. If you haven't hit the deer with 3 shots, you're a pretty lousy shot. That deer deserves to get away. Let's get serious here.
But that would ban most pistols. That would ban most...
No, but pistols are different. You have to pull the trigger each time. An assault weapon, you basically hold it, goes... Blah, blah, blah.
No, those are fully automatic weapons.
Okay.
But that was the best bill they could get out at that particular time. I actually don't know what a barrel shot is.
Because it's in your
It's a shoulder thing that goes up.
No.
To your last question, what's the efficacy of banning these magazine clips? I will tell you, these are ammunition. They're bullets. So the people who have those now, they're going to shoot them. And so if you ban them in the future, the number of these high-capacity magazines is going to decrease dramatically over time because the bullets will have been shot and there won't be any more available.
This is a ghost gun. This right here has ability with a 30 caliber clip to disperse with 30 bullets within half a second. 30 magazine clip